Good evening, folks. Dave Jorgensen here once again with my video number 15. And I'd like to share a little story with you that illustrates something. And I'm going to call this story Team Support. Now, when I graduated, I mentioned that I went into the Army and I went into basic training. And as we were getting along in basic training in the middle or towards the end of it, we were in pretty good shape, and they had what they called a PT test, physical training test, to see how well we had done. And anyway, they had guys graduating, about somewhere between 50 and 70 guys a week. I can't remember the exact number, but it had been 7 months since anybody had matched that PT test. And so my sergeant was, wanting to know if there was anybody that thought they could do it. Well, I certainly wasn't going to say I could, because there was one area in that test that I was struggling with, and I didn't think I could ever do in the amount of time that they wanted it done. And so I didn't. But, I went into the Army with some friends that knew me real well, and they had to blurt out my name. So Sergeant Fisher already knew that I might be able to do it. I just like, oh, great. Because I was going to do my best, but, I had no intention of trying to really match it, because I didn't think I could. And so anyway, Sergeant Fisher wanted me to try, so everybody had their eye on me. So I was out running and, all kinds of doing different things to prepare for it, more than I would have probably. And anyway, came up to the PT test day, and wouldn't you know it, it was about 27 degrees out. And in the track, they had every so many feet, they had laid about a bunch of gravel, track gravel, and they hadn't spread it out yet. So it had 2 or 3 feet long and about a foot deep. Well, that really slowed you up. It takes a lot of extra energy to get around it, and it takes time to go around it. So you either got to go through it or around it, and it's going to take more time. And anyway, I was just going like crazy, and I didn't think I was going to make it. I had done all of the other things, even the one that I didn't think I could make. I thought I could make the mile, but I didn't anticipate the conditions that we had. We had to run in our combat boots, and I had to do it in 6 minutes and 2 seconds or something like that. I can't remember the exact thing, but I was getting pretty tired, and it was windy, and 27 degrees, and then that piles of gravel every so often I had to go around or go through. And I can remember everybody's cheering me on, and we had this one little soldier, and we called him Sergeant Flores. And he was a little fellow. It was little and wiry. And he had gotten commendations for the best dressed soldier and everything. You could see yourself in his boots, just about. And excuse me. And so anyway, he's running right there beside me, scampering and saying, "You can do it, Jorgensen. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it." And I don't know if I would have made it if it hadn't been for him. I was just about ready to give up. I was out of air, and I was just a huffing and a puffing. And anyway, I made it. And of course, it was a really big deal for Sergeant Fisher, and it was a real big deal for the guys. We got back to the barracks, and they're all hauling me around on their shoulders and everything, and And then I got an award, of course, and when we graduated, there was a friend of mine got the American Spirit Award, and then I got that award. But my friend told me that my picture was still on the bulletin board, and he went through 4 or 5 months after I did. And anyway, but the illustration here is, I have joined the Super Affiliate Network. And if it wasn't for the teamwork and the team encouragement, all the other family members of the SAN, I wouldn't be where I am today, because they're all rooting for you, and we're all rooting for each other, and there's no competition. Everybody wants everybody else to make it. The more better we all do, the better the company does. And so it works both ways. That's why I like this franchise system. And anyway, so teamwork. If it wasn't for the teamwork and the support that they offer in this program, if you don't make it, it's because you don't do it. If you do it, you're going to make it. Do it. The only way you won't make it or you'll fail is by not doing it. You're doing it. If you do it and you do it with diligence, you make it. That's just the way it is in this system. You can't help but make it if you do it. And so I would just like to encourage you to encourage other ones, and I would like to encourage you to check this system out, because if you do it, it's guaranteed. I mean, you can't lose. And I am excited about it. I've stalled off because I didn't do it all the time. I stalled off because of my fear of the tech part, and I'm overcoming that, and I'm getting help, and I'm going to be on the road to this stuff, But that isn't what it's about, too. It's about learning. Your character changes. Your confidence changes. And anyway, it's just a fantastic place to be. I just wish I had more years left to be here. I wish this had been about 15, 20, 30 years ago. I would be really in good shape. But anyway, it's not. And what do I have? Maybe 10, 15, maybe 20 years left. But they're going to be good years. They're going to be good years. Puts a smile on my face whether there's teeth there or not. Anyway, check it out. Click the button below if you're interested, and check it out and make your own decision. Bye for now.